Okay, so for today, you guys are going to practice. We did standard 1, which was explicit statements, right? Do you guys remember doing this graphic organizer? Sort of like this, right? And I had an explicit statement on this side, and then you had to say why that statement was important. Okay, so when I went over that and I graded it, you notice that a lot of you did a great job with the explicit statement, but then you didn't tell me why it was important. You would just say, you would like either ask a question about that statement. This isn't questioning. Questioning is what we did after that, right? The explicit statement was you have the explicit statement and then you tell me why it's important. It tells you why the character behaves a certain way. Or that statement tells you why the setting is taking place where it is. Or the statement tells you what the theme of the story is. Okay, those are why those statements should have been important. So go back and look at that. If it's graded, see what your score was, see if I made any comments. So today we're going to work on standard 2. We talked about this, right? Reading. The state set out all these standards to say this is everything you need to know as a 6th grader. And reading. And we have iLearn coming up, so that's why we're going through these standards to make sure we cover all of them so you guys have an idea when you see it. So this is standard 2, which is theme or central idea. So when you see the theme or central idea on a test, they will interchange the 2 words. iLearn will use central idea and they'll use theme to mean the same thing. There's synonyms for each other on that test. So you need to get used to seeing both of those words. We talked a lot about theme when we read Christmas Carol. So that is the book I am going to use today as we talk as the example because it's a story we all read together. We read it together before Christmas break. Remember Ebenezer Scrooge and the Ghosts of the Christmas Past, Present, Future, and we watched the movies and all of that, right? Yes? Okay? So those are common themes. Brooklyn, will you answer the phone for me, please? Yes. So we're going to use the organizer to state the subject and theme and then list details from the text that convey the theme. So explain how each detail you list helps develop the theme. This should say theme. It was a typo, my bad. Okay? And then we're not doing nonfiction right now, so we're just doing fiction. Okay? So, was it super important?
It's very important.
Okay, thank you. All right, so here we go. The theme or purpose, a detail, and how it develops that theme. So books will have multiple themes throughout the story sometimes. Christmas Carol has multiple themes, all right? We're going to focus on one of those themes. So in Christmas Carol, I'm going to turn on one of these lights just so they can see a little bit better. In Christmas Carol, one of those themes is when the ghost of Christmas present comes to visit, right? He takes Ebenezer Scrooge to see his nephew Fred, and they're having a party. And then he takes them to see Bob Cratchit, his clerk, and they have what? A lot of money or not a lot of money? Not a lot. They're poor, aren't they? And they have a son, Tiny Tim, who is crippled, right? But they are still thankful for the things they have. So the theme of that particular part from Christmas Carol, the theme is be thankful for what you have. For what you have, right? That is my theme. So a detail that supports that theme is when Bob Cratchit toasts Mr. Scrooge. You guys remember when he did that? Okay. How does Bob Cratchit toasting Mr. Scrooge help develop the theme of being thankful?
It's a kind of a living perspective.
Yeah, Bob thanks Scrooge for what they have, even though So how does Bob Cratchit toasting Mr. Scrooge help develop the theme of being thankful for what you have? Bob thanks Mr. Scrooge for what they have, even though he pays him so little. He doesn't pay him a lot. They can't afford much, right? Okay, a detail. When Mrs. Cratchit brings out the, I'm gonna do this one, the goose, right? When she brings out the goose, they all cheer. They're excited. They say, that is the most beautiful goose I have ever seen. It's cooked perfectly, right? They are all super excited about that goose. How does that develop the theme? Yeah, the goose is not big, is it? The goose is small and hardly feeds them. But they are still happy with it. I know it's not the best handwriting. I'm trying to write so you guys can see, but they are still happy with it. Okay. Ooh, that's really crooked. Sorry. All right, but you guys get the point. So I'm determining the theme. So far in your book, you have not read the entire book yet, have you? But so far in your book, there is a theme. Okay? So the theme is the overall purpose that the author is writing this story. Why? What lesson are they trying to teach you? What are they trying to get you to think about or to understand? Are they trying to teach you that friendship matters? That love conquers all? That being positive is better than being negative? That be thankful for what you have, right? Those are all lessons to learn, morals of the story. That should sound familiar to you, right? So the theme is like the moral, the purpose. Why is it that this author wrote the story? What are they trying to convey to the reader? What do they want you to get out of their story? Okay? So what is it? There's, like I said, you have the 7 deadly sins that we've talked about. Those are themes. They could be themes, right? You also have good themes like friendship and love and all of those sort of things. But your theme needs to be more than one word. Okay? It should be kind of a sentence. So this one, my theme isn't just going to be thankful, be thankful. No, it's be thankful for what you have. So be a little more detailed in your theme than just say love, friendship, empathy, understanding, overcoming obstacles. Those are all different themes as well, okay? So the theme of Christmas Carol is to be thankful for what you have. That's one of the themes that we've come across. How do I know that that is a theme? Well, Bob Cratchit toasts Mr. Scrooge, and Mrs. Cratchit brings out the goose, and everybody cheers. Why do those tell me what the theme is? Well, these tell me what the theme is because by Bob toasting Mr. Cratchit, by Bob toasting Mr. Scrooge, that tells me that even though he doesn't pay him a lot, he's thankful for what he does pay him. He's thankful for what he has. When Mrs. Cratchit brings out the goose, everybody cheers. How does that tell me that they're thankful? Because the goose is small. It hardly feeds the family, but they're still excited about it, right? So that proves to me that they are thankful for what they have. So you need to pick what theme and really, theme, there's really not a right or a wrong answer necessarily, unless it's multiple choice, but we're not doing that. This is open-ended, right? So there's not really a right or wrong answer necessarily if you can support it. So this is, you're telling me what you think the theme is, and you're supporting the answer. So where it says pages here, you can just put like what chapters. So chapters 1 through 13, or whatever chapter you're on. Where are you getting that theme from? Because your theme might change. Or this is the theme for when he's with the ghost of Christmas Present. but the theme would change when he's with the Ghost of Christmas Future, right? So, thinking about this, okay, are there any questions about what you are to do? Any questions? You do have another chapter or 2 or 3 to read. Some of you are not caught up and you're spending your class time reading, and that's part of the problem as well, because you're not caught up on your reading and then you're trying to read during class time, and then you get home to do the assignment and you don't understand it, and I'm not there to answer questions, right? So I encourage you to do the assignment in class while I'm here, so I can answer those questions about what to do, so I can answer your questions about the assignment. And then when you're at home is when you can catch up on your reading, because it's a little bit easier to do that, or your parents can help you with that, whereas your parents aren't sitting in class, right? I mean, obviously you can always watch this video to get more help on what to do, but I would encourage you to do your assignments in class so that you can ask questions and then catch up on your reading while you're at home, okay? So today you are reading and you are doing theme or central idea. Those words can be interchanged, of the story that you are reading, of your novel study. So this is our example that we did together, okay? All right.